This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Brighton, Colorado. I am here with SIGNARAMA. Since 1986, this nationwide franchise has provided banners to illuminated buildings, storefront signage, everything in between, as your one-stop shop when it comes to signs. I'm joined here at the locally owned Brighton location with the sign lady, Dawn. Thanks so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off a little bit about yourself. You were formerly educated at University of Phoenix and Regis University in Business and Project Management. In 2006, you actually left corporate America, and you've now created a team of crazy sign people that make magic happen in the back. You serve the public as visual marketers. Share with me a little bit about your past and what led you here today.
I worked for Simplex Grinnell for about 10 years, and I just got bored. And it wasn't creative, and I really love creativity and art, and so my husband and I decided, let's go find something for me, and we found SIGNARAMA, and we found SIGNARAMA in Lakewood, Colorado. It was an existing shop, and I bought it and built it to this.
That is exciting, and you keep expanding this location as well.
We do.
Be it a business, organization, or event, we all have a need to get our message out to the public. Even in this digital age that we're in right now, why are signs still and have always been the best way to get the attention of the public?
I think that signs just really get your attention. They direct you to where you have to go. Whenever you're driving down the street, you don't realize how many signs you see. But if you took all those signs off the street and all the buildings, you would be totally lost. You would not know. So signage is just a very integral part of our lives. It's from anywhere from businesses to athletic departments to the schools. So it's part of everything that we do.
I think subconsciously we're picking up all those signs. We don't even realize it.
You don't realize it. You don't realize it.
We all know branding is critical today. Why is it important to go with a professional like yourselves to best create, support, and really represent your brand?
Because, and then this is something we struggle with, you need to be consistent. Your brand needs to have a consistent look, a consistent color, and so that when people see your company, they know you from a distance. They just know your logo. I mean, if you look at even the Starbucks, used to say Starbucks. Now all it says is their logo, and that is so critical. And we have situations with clients who want to keep changing, and it's frustrating. But we try to work them through it.
The small businesses need to learn from those big companies.
You do.
And realize that consistency is key. Your client has to represent you. They got to be able to know you quickly.
Yes.
Just like there are a wide variety of users who benefit from signage, so are the types of signage available. Let's begin with the simple and quick. Banners and flags. Are these a great choice in marketing, and why?
I think they're a great choice in marketing because they're inexpensive. They're basically commodities. And so if you're having an event, if you're having any type of a short-term need, those are what we go to. The flag banners, the ones that are on the street and are fluttering, they get your attention. Because when the wind hits them, they move, and movement gets your attention. Because so many times when we're driving, everything's static, but then all of a sudden you see something moving and you go, oh, what is that? So I think they're a really great choice for when you're first starting out, or even if you're having an open house or having some sort of sporting event. They're a perfect tool. And
they're a great green option because they're wind supported and driven. That's kind of nice.
Yes.
When it comes to outdoor signs in Colorado, they must be made to last in the sun, even the snow. From freestanding to promotional to real estate, share with us kind of a touch on the array of outdoor signs that you folks are able to have.
We do anything from commercial post and panels that tell you this is a new development coming. We work with exterior monuments like the one by us, interior lit. But you're absolutely right. The sun creates havoc on the graphics, especially when it faces south and west. So you really want to have your clients paying attention to their signs because very periodically they have to be changed and updated and kind of given a little tender loving care. But anything from directional for schools to businesses.
Like you said, there's so many out there. It's hard
everything.
to pinpoint how much you do there.
Yes.
I mean, interior signs support our brand and add flair really to any decor. From reception rooms to full wall graphics to wayfinding and safety. Are most signs made here in your now, 8,000 square foot facility? Tell us a little bit about this state-of-the-art, all under one roof that you keep expanding.
Yeah. So when we first started, we just had a printer, a table to weed and tape, and weed and tape is basically removing vinyl from what you plotted. And as time went on, we added a flatbed printer because one of the things that we noticed is direct to substrate printing is really the best way to go for some short-term signs. And so we added that, then we added the laser engraver so that we could do dimensional type pieces out of acrylic. And then from there, the router. And then from there, the paint booth. And so it just kept growing. And what happens, I think, it's also the people. Your people are going to help you to decide where you're going with something.
Sure.
Because if you have someone who can do that particular skill set, you go, well, we can bring that in-house. And now we have the Muto printer that does the 3D ADA tactile. And that has helped us to really expand into the ADA and wayfinding business and doing all of that in-house right now.
I think it's very impressive what you have under one roof, kind of hidden right here in Brighton. I mean, really be able to serve the entire community, surrounding areas. I mean, there's a lot to think about when a person is choosing signs. We're talking about size, material, placement, visibility, price, installation, not to mention what your competitors are doing. Does your team enjoy taking the customer from concept to completion?
Yes. What we do, and as you know, we have our projection system here.
Yes.
We bring the client in. We all have their proofs, their kind of our initial ideas on the screen. We'll walk them through colors. We'll show them materials, what we can do with it. We find that if they can come in and really get that one-on-one and get their attention focused, it's much easier to get them to make a decision and to work with us because we have, I feel, the best designers in the Colorado,
Yes.
and we also have a really great fabrication team. And so we do a lot of brainstorming on how to make something for our clients, with or without the client involved. But once we know what they want, then it's like a challenge. How do we make this and stay within budget, stay within what they need to spend for it?
So you not only have the expert team to walk them through, answer questions, but you've got the technology to show them what you see is what you're going to get.
Correct.
And that's exciting for people because they can really tweak an idea and go from there. No longer can a business simply hang a shingle and get the attention of the public. Why are illuminated building, LED lit, and even neon not just an expense, but really an investment because of their unique impact?
Well, internally lit signs, whether they're cabinets, channel letters, are going to attract attention, especially at night. Because as people are driving around, they'll notice them.
Yep.
And what's happened with the industry, and it's kind of exciting for us, is that the LED lights are now changing colors a lot more. You can have LEDs that have RGB and they change. And so even if you drive around and look at certain like Belmar and Frederick, their monuments change colors, and it's very, very interesting. So I think that's helping people to get more noticeability. But I also think that sometimes you don't even think you're looking for something until one day you're driving down the street and you go, oh, there's a pediatric dentistry or there's a dog training place, and just because it's lit at night and people see you.
It's obviously for marketing, it's to get your attention, but for you guys, it's almost a work of art. I mean, it's something you guys see out there and go, you know what, that's cool.
It's interesting you should say that because I think that the sign industry has transitioned from just being basic words to art. Most of what we do right now is very artistic. It's trying to bring different elements in, and even reusable type elements like bamboo, certain kinds of woods, because that's where the whole world is going, and it is a very artistic.
Just like our clothing changes, style. So the signage, same way.
Yes.
I mean, signage at the office, store, or at a place of a business is just the beginning. Advertising is not just stationary. Explain why vehicle and even bus signage is extremely effective forms of mobile marketing.
Oh my gosh. It's interesting because our guys we've actually gotten calls from our trucks and our vehicles that are graphic as they're in line at McDonald's or driving down the street, and they'll go, oh, I just saw your truck and I need something. So it is very a mobile type environment that you never know where your vehicle is going to be, and if you have a fleet of vehicles, they can cover a wide array of areas to get attention. And then the buses, all those messages on there, all that marketing, those buses don't always run the same.
Yep.
They might be switched up, and even the train now that goes to DIA is all graphic. So.
I mean, it's very interesting because obviously what we think about is marketing and advertising, but if you look around, signs are everywhere. They're instructing us. They're there for people in wheelchairs. They're there to help people get around places. Pretty amazed when you walk through any business. You probably see so many ways you could help them in there.
We do. I look at it because I get off an elevator and I'm like, where am I going? And if they don't have the right information telling you which door is what, it's very frustrating. So that also gives us an opportunity for more business when we can say, hey, I got lost in your building. It's not very well done.
No, very cool. I mean, it's kind of hard to put into words all that you do here. I mean, because you do so much. But beyond marketing and signage, is this really about serving people and helping them really have one less item on their to-do list?
I believe that's a very true statement. One of the things I always tell my staff is no one in a corporation has the sign lady on their business card.
Sure.
This is something that's thrown at them, whether it's reception person, whether it's the office manager, whether it's a fleet person. It's something that's added on, and they're not experts in it. So we need to bring that expertise, and we need to take that off their plate and make their life easier. And that's hopefully what we're doing.
Don, your team really becomes your family, it looks like. You serve your local and surrounding community proudly as the sign lady of a woman-owned business. Was leaving corporate America one of the best moves you ever made? And is this rewarding work for you?
Leaving corporate America was the best thing I ever did. Because no matter how difficult that was, this is fabulous. One of the problems with corporate America is like, the old adage is the Titanic. You want to make a change and the ship moves really slowly. Here, with my team, 2020 was chaotic, right?
Sure.
We didn't know what was going on, but we could shift, we could pivot, we could do whatever we had to do to bring the sales in, to help customers, to make it happen. And we're always looking at what's the next thing, what's the next product, what's the next exciting thing to happen, and we can make that happen quickly. So
that is nice. I always said that marketing should have been an essential during 2020 because honestly, I think the marketeers out there is what kept businesses alive more than people realize. Yeah. And obviously, you could write a book about this, right?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I could.
Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there, and what you're going to see is their website. On the website, see the huge selection of all they provide. Their Brighton location is open Monday through Friday and online 24/7 to answer any and all your questions. Check out their work online in really every industry you can imagine. It's as simple as uploading your artwork right onto the site to get started. With the latest technologies and a wide range of available materials, there really is no end of choice and quality in signage. Once again, that is SIGNARAMA, the way to grow your business. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.